What's up, guys? In today's video, we're off to a brand new vending location to go fill up a new Dixie Narco 501e soda vending machine at our brand new vending machine location. So this location is a warehouse location, and we're going to go do some different things with the machine, like fill it up full of product, talk about how much it costs, where we got it from, how much it costs to fill it. We're going to answer all those questions in today's video. So if you like these style of videos, make sure you leave it a like. All right, guys, enjoy the show. What's up, guys? It's Matt with Galaxy Games 843, back with another vending machine video. As you can see, we're at a spot you've never seen before. That's right, it's our brand new location inside a warehouse, and we're going to be setting up a Dixie Narco 501e drink vending machine for today's video. So we're actually not collecting any money today. We're simply setting the machine up, getting it ready, getting it active, getting it full, so the employees here can utilize the machine. And to kick it off, we've opened up the machine. The very first thing we're doing is inserting the flavor strips behind the buttons. And basically, I got these flavor strips from DNS Vending. I think their website is dnsvending.com. And I think they're out of Ohio, and they came really quickly. So I was able to get those ready to go for this setup day. And all I'm doing is sliding those flavor strips into the buttons. You can just slide them from the left-hand side, but you do have to open up that swing door that holds the coin mechanism in place. So there we go. So we're going to start by, again, putting all the flavor strips in. But today we're going to do a lot of work to this machine, and we're actually going to have a separate video where we install the NIAX credit card reader. So we're actually going to be installing a credit card reader in this machine too, but not in this video. You'll see that in a future video. We're going to do a separate video on the credit card reader installation. Now, one thing I will say is sometimes the lights in this location, I think they time out, and maybe they might be on motion sensors. So throughout parts of this video and parts of the video of the NIAX credit card reader installation, there might be some times where the video is a little bit darker. So we'll see how that goes. But right now, things looking pretty good light-wise. You can see we've got some cases of soda behind us there. We've got all kinds of stuff ready to go. And we're going to break down a lot of things. We're going to break down where we got the machine from, how much it cost, where we got all the different sodas from and how much those cost. It's going to be a lot of good stuff. So keep watching. We're going to talk about everything that you want to know when it comes to buying a vending machine, setting up a vending machine, costs involved, all that good stuff. So let's get right into it. So there we go. So we've got the flavor strips all installed. The next thing we need to do in the steps that I usually do this is set the back spacers for all the different bottles. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a couple bottles of each drink into the columns, and we're going to set the back spacers. Now, it's really hard to see on camera because what we have to do is reach into the very back of the machine, and it's kind of hard because it's really a one-handed job. These columns are pretty tiny. They're pretty skinny. So I actually have to take off my watch to get my left hand in there. And you'll notice I use both hands. So sometimes I'll be using my left hand. Sometimes I'll be using my right hand. Because basically what we have to do is those little back spacers, we need to basically walk them forward so that there's about 1/2 of an inch between where the bottle ends and where that back spacer is. And that's so they don't have too much time to move around and do all that kind of stuff. So just to let you know, we will be kind of skipping over parts of that because I do it for every column, and I'll show you one or two here, and then we'll skip over that because it's really not super interesting and it's kind of hard to see anyway. But again, using those back spacers in the back, they've got little holes in them and little like fingers that go in little holes on the sides of the column. And all I'm doing is I'm moving them forward or I'm moving them backward depending on which item it is, so that there's about 1/2 an inch of space of a gap in between where the bottle or the can ends and where that back spacer sits flush. So again, it's just so that the bottles and cans don't go too far back in the machine. So there we go. So like I said, we're going to get that all worked out. I'm going to use a couple different bottles as kind of my guides. And then, like I said, I'll do the rest of the columns. But while I've got the Gatorade set, let's go ahead and get the Gatorade filled up and at least get a couple columns filled up. So at least those are out of our way. So let's talk about each one as we're filling them up. Let's talk about Gatorade first. So here we've got Gatorade Cool Blue, And we've also got the Gatorade Yellow or Lemon Lime. So those are the two Gatorade flavors we're going to be putting into this machine. And I used to be able to buy dedicated 24 packs of Gatorade from Sam's Club. They sometimes would carry yellow, they sometimes would carry blue. Now all they carry are variety packs, which is unfortunate because first of all, none of the variety packs have the cool blue flavor that I use, but most of my locations use either the yellow or the blue. The secret location also uses the orange and the red. So I do buy the variety packs for those reasons. But I have to find the best deals on just packs of Gatorade. So if I need all blue or if I need all yellow, what I'll do is I'll log into the Flip app. And this week, there was actually a deal on Gatorade. So I log into the Flip app, I click the little magnifying glass for the search, and it shows me, you can type in whatever you're looking for. So I typed in Gatorade, and it shows me every grocery store in my area that's got Gatorade on sale. So luckily this week, my local Food Line grocery stores, I know a lot of you don't have Food Lines, but my local Food Line grocery stores was doing the 8 packs of 20-ounce Gatorades for $6.99. So that's 8 for $6.99. It breaks down to be about 87 cents per 20-ounce bottle of Gatorade. So I went and bought basically 4 of those. So 16 of the cool blue and 16 of the lemon lime or the yellow. And we spent, like I said, $6.99 of each of the 8 packs. And just so you know, we'll give you a grand total of all the money spent at the end of the video. So if you want to know how much it cost to fill up this vending machine or how much the machine cost, keep watching because we're going to release all that information in this video. So there we go. All right. So let's go ahead and cut forward. Now it's time to start filling things up. I've got all of the backspacers set. We're going to start filling up all the drinks in the machine. So right now we're working on Dr. Pepper. These are 16.9 ounce bottles. And one of the reasons why I don't go with 20 ounces is because I don't have an account with Pepsi. I don't have an account with Coke. So I can only buy the 16.9 ounce bottles at Sam's Club or at my grocery stores. Now you'll know too that at Sam's Club, they don't sell the 16.9 ounce bottles of Dr. Pepper in bulk. So that's another thing. I need to go to the Flip app and find where the best deal is. So luckily this time around, let's see, I'm checking my notes here. Food Lion was also doing a 4 for $12 on the 6 packs of 16.9 ounce Pepsi products. So I was able to get those 6 packs at $3 a piece, which means each bottle is about 50 cents per bottle. So that was pretty good. Also, we've got Pepsi 16.9 ounce. I do buy these at Sam's Club. They come in 24 pack cases. And the Pepsi product 16.9 ounce bottles at Sam's Club run $14.48 currently at the making of this video. So when you break down that, divide that by 24, so we're spending about 60 cents per bottle. Now, one thing I will say is the prices I'm doing in this machine right now to see how it works, for the 16.9 ounce soda bottles, I'm doing $1.50 for the sale. For the Gatorades, I'm doing $2.50. And I'll talk about the other prices of the other things as we add them into the machine. So again, right now, Pepsi going in and $14.48 for a case. I could probably fit a couple more than 24 in here, but right now I'm only putting 24 of the Pepsi products in here. I did 16 of each of the Gatorades, and we'll talk about some of the other things too, the quantities, as we get later in the video. All right, what's next? So these are something that I don't do at any other location, but they requested some sort of iced tea. I do green tea at the top secret location, but I'm trying out this Gold Peak sweet tea. We also get these from Sam's Club. They come in 18 packs, and the cost of the 18 pack at Sam's Club currently is $16.68 for the 18 pack. That means each bottle of tea is 92 cents for the bottle. And right now I've got it set up to sell for $2.25. Now I'm probably going to bring that down to $2. And we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure, what a good price is. If you guys run the Gold Peak sweet teas or any of the other Gold Peak teas in your machines, I want to say these are 16.9 ounce bottles. Let me know in the comments what you sell them for, and if I'm off base here at $2.25. Is $2 the magic number? I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments what you sell your Gold Peak teas for. I don't know if I'm on points. Like I said, I've never carried the Gold Peak Sweet Tea or any other Gold Peak products before. So we'll see how it goes. So there we go. Again, we get those from Sam's Club. They come in 18 packs, and it's $16.68 for the 18 pack, which means it's 92 cents per bottle. Okay. Now, when I was asking this location what all they wanted, they told me they wanted mainly sodas, one kind of tea, some Gatorades, and maybe one energy drink. So we went with our standard Monster energy drink. These are 16-ounce cans, and this is the only canned product we're putting into the machine. Now, I've talked about in previous videos, the cost of energy drinks keeps going up. So we got this at BJ's Wholesale because Sam's Club was out of stock of the Monster Energies, and we paid, let's see here, I'm checking my notes, $37.29 for this 24 pack of Monster Energy. So that breaks down to $1.55 per 16-ounce can. So you can see, because the cost of the energy drinks is so much higher than everything else, obviously we need to sell it for a higher price as well. So right now in the initial setup, we set it up for $3 per can to sell the Monster Energy drinks. And, just kind of like the tea, guys, are you running energy drinks in your machines? And if so, let me know in the comments how much you're selling them for. Again, this is a warehouse location. They don't have a huge amount of employees, even though it's a pretty large warehouse. So I'm not expecting like super fast turnover, like some of our other locations, like the Top Secret location or the laundromat or anything like that. This is going to be a nice steady location. At least I'm hoping so. I hope it's not too slow. We'll see. But yeah. So anyway, so we got that all taken care of. $1.55 per energy drink, selling them for $3 a piece. All right, moving over to the Coke products. We've got Sprite and we've got Coke 16.9 ounce bottles. We also get these at Sam's Club, but we can get these at BJ's Wholesale as well. These ones we bought at Sam's Club, a 24-pack case, ran $14.48 for a 24-pack. That means 68 cents per bottle. And notice the difference in price between Pepsi products and Coke products. Coke products are 68 cents per item. The Pepsi products are only 60 cents per item. So it's funny how that works. A case runs $14.48 for Pepsi and $16.48, $2 more for Coke products. Again, all at Sam's Club, but again, all bottled sodas we're selling for $1.50 at this location. So hopefully that's a good price point to be at. We'll see. Anyway, so again, after we get this machine filled up, we're going to talk about how much the machine costs, where we got it from, how we got it to the location. We're going to talk about some of the other settings that we need to set for this machine. There's still a lot of work to do. It's not just open the machine up, fill it, and leave. We've got other work to do. And we still got 2 more cases of soda to fill up too. So again, a case of Mountain Dew, just like the Pepsi, got it from Sam's Club. These are 16.9 ounce bottles. We're running these in the wide column on the right. $14.48 for the case, 60 cents per bottle. We're selling them for $1.50 per bottle. So our profit is 90 cents for every sale we make. Now this location, good news, there is no commission at this location. So this is a commission-free location. They just wanted the service. So we're providing the service, no commission involved. So that's always a bonus when you can get a location that has no commission involved. So we're pretty happy with that. But once we get everything filled up, the next thing we're going to need to do is do motor test and make sure all of our cam settings are correct. Because if your cam settings aren't correct, you can sometimes vend 2 products. You can sometimes have a vend that nothing comes out. So we're going to need to take the cover off the motors, set all of our cams properly. And I'm not going to lie, the single column the single column motors were very easy to set. I just changed the cam setting from 1 to 2 and everything was good to go there. But for this far right column, I did struggle a little bit finding what the correct setting was. So you'll see me kind of struggle with that setting, and I'll show you how we're going to test everything and how we're going to change the settings and all that stuff. So if you are setting up a Dixie Narco 501e machine, you'll kind of know what to expect. And like I was saying, this is probably one of my favorite drink vending machines because it doesn't have the front and rear columns. That's the only downfall with that Royal 650 machine. Sometimes if you need to access the back columns, but the drinks in the front are stacked way up, you need to take them out in order to access those rear columns. that was pretty much the deciding factor why I went with this Dixie Narco 501e machine. So again, we're going to talk about where we got it from, how much we paid, how we got it to the location, and all that good stuff coming up here. And again, of course, we'll talk about the total amount of money that we spent in order to fill this machine up. So keep watching. All right, so let's break away from the actual talk of the machine for just a minute. Let's talk about today. So today is Wednesday, November the 6th. So if you're watching this video on the day it goes live, it is Wednesday, which means it's live stream night. If you're watching this video after Wednesday, November the 6th, we go live every Wednesday night for our weekly vending business discussion live stream. If you're interested in joining us, you can do so at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, over on the Howard Hospitality Group YouTube channel, where we talk all things vending. And, you know, we're leading up to IAPA, so I'm sure that's going to be a hot topic tonight because we're almost to that conference, and I'm really looking forward to that. So if you want to join us for our vending business discussion, join us tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, over on the Howard Hospitality Group YouTube channel. It's going to be a great time. Okay, so we've taken the motor cover off, and what I'm doing, I'm setting the cam settings, and I know the camera work here is bad. I apologize, you cannot see. All I'm doing is I'm taking the little dials and I'm changing them from the number 1 slot to the number 2 slot, because I know for the skinny columns, the number 2 slot is what you need when you're running items that are too deep, or two cans or 2 bottles deep. Next, I'm setting up kind of a catch system. You'll notice I put all of my plastic and cardboard in that milk crate there, and we're going to go into the actual menu system, and we need to get to the motor test. So once we hit that inside button, we need to get to the diagnostic menu. So there's diagnostic, and I was a little rusty on my Dixie Narco 501e programming, so don't give me slack in the comments, guys. It took me a minute to get to where I needed to be. I couldn't remember what the correct commands were, which buttons to use. But I eventually figured it out. We got ourselves to the motor test section. There we go. Now we're at motor test. So for motor test, what it does, and you're going to want to do this whether you have your cam settings correct or not, because you need to prime the machine. And to prime the machine, that basically just means running drinks through it so that way they're in the ready to vend setting. Because when you first load machines, there might be some space in between where the bottles are and when they're ready to vend. So you'll definitely want to run a couple through with motor tests to prime your machine. So that's something with the Dixie Narco 501e. There's no drop sensors or anything like that. So you want to make sure they're primed properly. So I did take a look at the cam there on motor number 1, and I don't know what the proper setting is. So right now I'm running motor test to vend the items, and each time I press the button, it's vending an item. So far I think I'm pretty good, but this time right here, as you can see, nothing vended. I know you couldn't see me pressing the buttons. So I'm going to start working with the different cam settings to see if I can't find which one's going to work best for the items that I'm trying to vend. And like I said, these are Mountain Dew 16.9 ounce bottles. I'm running them 2 deep. So one in the front, one in the back, 2 deep, and then up against that spacer. So this part of the video is going to be a little bit of trial and error while I try to find what the right setting is. You'll see sometimes the motor test, it vends nothing. Sometimes the motor test, it vends 2 bottles. And like I said, I'm just going to keep messing with the settings till I find what works so that it vends 1 bottle on every vend. And that's going to, like I said, we're going to go back and forth on that for just a couple minutes. This part of the video, that's what we're working on. And then after we get that done, we'll do all the test vends on all the other bottles and cans to ensure that it's primed and ready to go. But there we go. All right, so back to talking about the Wednesday live stream. So tonight is our live stream. Every Wednesday night we meet. It's myself, Matt from Galaxy Games 843, Jonathan from the Howard Hospitality Group, Jen Venz, who is the president of the National Bulk Vending Association, or the NBVA, and David from Extreme Vending. If you want to hang out with us, if you want to ask us questions, if you want to give us topics of discussion, you can join us tonight or every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific. Again, that takes place over on the Howard Hospitality Group YouTube channel, not here on the Galaxy Games 843 channel. So if you're looking to join, you're going to have to go follow or subscribe to the Howard Hospitality Group channel. And while you're subscribing to channels, if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the Galaxy Games 843 YouTube channel. We passed 57,000. We're working towards 58,000 right now. So if you haven't done so yet, click that subscribe button. But again, tonight, weekly vending business discussion live stream. It's always a good time. We have some great topics of conversation involving claw machines, vending machines, running your vending business, all kinds of great stuff. And again, we're about a week and a half away from the IAPA show, which is going to take place in Orlando, Florida. So I'm sure that will be a hot topic of discussion tonight because the majority of us will be there. So if you're in the Florida area or if you want to travel to Orlando, you can join us at IAPA, which is November 18th through the 22nd, but the show floor is November 19th through the 22nd. It's going to take place at the Orange County Convention Center in Orlando, Florida. And if you don't know what the IAPA show is, it's basically a giant amusement showcase. So it focuses on the amusement industry, such as amusement parks, family entertainment centers, arcades, anything like that. And it's divided up into sections. And sometimes vendors end up in the wrong section. That's just the way, vending, the scheduling works or the planning works. So, but there's going to be some vending related distributors there, like Flatline Vending is going to be there. Nyax is going to be there. Some of the companies that we work with on a regular basis. Pipeline Games, US Fun, CandyMachines.com is going to be there. I think they're going to be in the Nyax booth, but there's going to be so many great people to see and so many great things to see. Plus, we're going to be introduced to some brand new machines that we've never seen before. So we're looking forward to seeing what all is going to come out of that IAPA show. It's really machines you'll probably be seeing in arcades in 2025. And we're going to do a full coverage, probably multiple full coverage videos from IAPA. There'll definitely be a walkthrough video where we'll kind of take you around. We'll show you the distributors, some of the new machines. There's going to be a lot of overseas manufacturers there too. So I know a lot of you are interested in importing machines. We'll be able to take a look and see what they've got to show us. It's going to be great. And then we'll also do probably some gameplay videos too, where we go and play the new machines, test out machines, maybe try some of the food options. It's going to be really cool. IAPA is definitely a great show. So definitely join us if you can. But if you can't, again, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you get notified when all of our new videos go live, because the IAPA videos are coming in just a couple weeks. Again, the show is November 18th through the 22nd in Orlando, Florida. So there we go. All right, I think I might have the setting correct. I'm still making those adjustments on those cams. And this one on the wider column, I'm not going to lie, it was kind of a pain to get it right. But thankfully, looks like we got it, so that should be good to go. Again, we're going to do a couple more test vends. So there's one vend. See, it vended twice that time. So I guess I don't have the settings right yet. There's a single one. And looks like nothing. Okay, there's a single one. Let's see here. We got nothing there. There's a single. Okay, that one vended too. So again, my settings are still not correct. So it's going single vend, no vend, two vends. So again, I don't have the setting correct. So I need to make some more changes. Again, this is a trial and error process for me to find what's going to work. And this is how it goes when you're setting up a new machine and you want to make sure everything's is set perfect. Sometimes you got to do some trial and error stuff to find what's going to work best for how you want to sell your items. And that's exactly what's happening here. So again, making another adjustment to the cam on the motor there. And I think this time around, it's going to be exactly the setting that we want. We're going to do more tests, so we'll confirm that in just a minute. Let's do a couple more motor tests. So hit the button and let's see, hit the button, one vend. So there's two. Okay. That's not right either. Like I said, trial and error, guys. You want to make sure that all this is ready to go before you close up your machine and leave your location, because otherwise you're going to get customers that don't get anything when they buy something, and you'll get customers that get two things when they buy something. Either way, it's going to create a bad experience for your customer, and therefore, just kind of give you a bad reputation. So you certainly do not want to do that. Make sure those settings are all correct. Again, this one on this machine is definitely the most difficult to find the right setting for. Again, it was a lot of trial and error for me, but eventually we will get it. We will make sure it's correct. But I spent way too much time doing that. This was probably the longest part of setting up this machine for me. Longer than setting the spacers in the back, longer than filling the machine, longer than the other things I'm going to show you. And here we go. I think we finally got it right. So we got 2 single vends, another single vend. That's 3 single vends in a row. Looks like we're good, guys. Finally, right? Success, victory. We finally got it right. It was challenging though. I'm not going to lie. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to motor 2, which is the Pepsi. We're going to make sure that's vending correctly. We're going to make sure that column is primed. So we're going to hit that a couple times so to get them in place. There we go. There's 1. There's 2. Do I do 3? I don't think I do 3. Maybe I do 3. Anyway, so basically once you get, 2 successful, 3 successful vends like that, then you should be good to go. We're going to move on to the Coke now. So we're going to get the Coke column primed up. Let's get that ready to go here. There we go. There's 1 Coke. And we got 2. There's 2 Cokes. All right. Coke is now primed. So columns 1, 2, and 3 are now properly primed and ready for sales. We still need to do columns 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. But the good news is I already have the cam settings correct on these. So I don't have to fiddle around and find the right settings. I already know the settings are correct. I just need to run a couple motor tests to prime each column. So it goes much faster from here. So there's 2 sprites. So the sprite column is now primed. You'll notice the inventory drops down as that arm spins and it gets the next ones lined up and ready to sell. You'll see all your inventory drop down like that. Don't be afraid. That's what's supposed to happen. All right, next column. This should be the Dr. Pepper. We're going to prime 2 Dr. Peppers. I did a quick time check there. There we go. All right, got the Dr. Pepper primed. Next will be the iced tea. You see that column drops down again. Next, we'll do the iced tea. Then we'll do the Monster and the 2 Gatorades. And then all we really need to do, well, we still got a couple more things to do. We need to set all the prices. We need to add all the coins to the coin tubes, because if you don't have coins in your coin tubes, then your dollar bill acceptor won't accept dollar bills. Again, lots of things to check off on this checklist of things of getting this machine ready. And that's why this video is a little bit longer, but I wanted to really detail and show you exactly all the steps that you'll want to take to make sure your machine is ready to go. So there we go. All right, on to column 7. This is the Monster Energies. We're priming now. Monster Energy, nice and primed, all good to go. Then that means we only have the Gatorades left to prime. So let's move on to column 8. We'll prime the yellow Gatorade. And again, just running motor tests to vend 2 items. So that way it's ready to go and nice and primed. I know the camera works not great here. I apologize for that. You should see 1, and then I don't know if you got to see the other one vend or not. And then let's go ahead and move on to the final motor, motor 9. Let's vend a blue Gatorade. And here it comes. Blue Gatorade vended. We'll vend 1 more. No, we already did vend 2. You just couldn't see it on camera. I apologize. All right, so that means all the columns are now primed and ready to go. So we're almost there, guys. So let's start talking about a couple things. So we're going to set the prices next. After we put our motor cover back on the motors, and you just need to make sure you hook the bottom piece first, and then clamp the top on. And I didn't do it correctly the first time. See, I was checking my work. Didn't have the bottom hooked on good. So we'll hook the bottom on better and then hook the top section on. So that's ready to go. We can close our cage. Now let's set our prices. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pull the door switch to reset that menu. Then I'll go back into the menu system. We're back at HD, which is historical data. This time we need to go to set price. SP stands for set price. And basically at this point, you can just hold down the buttons to change the prices. So if you hold them down, they move slow until they speed up. This time we're doing $1.50 on all the bottles. And I'm going to try a little trick here. So right now, the machine came pre-programmed at $1 for every item. So I'm going to set the first column at $1.50. And then I'm going to set them all to $1.50 by holding buttons 3 and 4 for 15 seconds. That's what I'm doing now. Even though not all of my columns will be $1.50, most of all of the bottled sodas will be $1.50. So because of that, I set all the columns to $1.50. Now I'll change the prices for the iced tea, the Monster, the Gatorades. So we'll get those all set. And I know it's tough to see the little screen up there, that little LED screen, but all I'm doing is I'm holding the buttons in till I get to my desired price. So again, I'm doing the T right now. I'm moving it up to $2.25, but like we talked about previously in the video, we might need to do that at $2. So again, let me know in the comments what you sell your tea for. Is it $2, $2.25, $2.50? Let me know, guys. And I realize that location and, the type of location can vary. So that might play a role in it too. Okay. We're setting Monster, we're setting Gatorades. Once we get that done, all we really need to do is fill the coin tubes. So let's start talking about where we got this machine. So this machine is a refurbished soda vending machine. So it's been owned previously, but it's refurbished and looks like it's brand new. It's got the waterfall front just like we have at the laundromat Dixie Narco 501e vending machine. So in essence, this is the exact same machine as the one at the laundromat. We just have it set up a little bit differently because that one runs mostly cans, where this one runs pretty much all bottles. But what the good news is with the bottles in this machine is we're using 16.9 ounce bottles, so we can still utilize the can shims. The only bottle shims we have in this machine are for the two 20 ounce Gatorade bottles. So there we go. All right, like I was saying, we're going to fill up the coin tubes because your dollar bill acceptor won't take any money until those coin tubes are filled up. So while we're filling up the coin tubes, let's talk about where we got this machine. So we actually ordered this machine from a company out of North Carolina. So just one state over from us. The company is Automated Services International. So they're really cool. Their website, if you want to go check them out, is asintl.us. That's asintl.us, Automated Services International. And I want to give a big shout out to Francesca over there for always taking such good care of me, answering all my questions. Francesca was pretty awesome. And she gave us a great deal on this machine. We paid a total amount. So this might sound a little bit more for a used machine, but we paid $2,595 total. And what that included was the completely refurbished machine. They drilled the holes for the credit card reader for us, which again, we'll be adding the credit card reader in a future video, so watch out for that. They delivered it to the location and had it all ready to go. That also includes the dollar bill acceptor, the coin mechanism, the lock for the machine, everything ready to go. All we needed to do was set it up once it was on location. And that included delivery too. So they delivered it right to the location. Luckily, it's a warehouse, so the location was able to drop it exactly where they wanted it. And basically, I didn't have to do any work. And that was my main concern with this location was, I could go buy a used machine off Facebook Marketplace or something like that. But I wanted something reliable. This went through quality testing and all that good stuff. And I wanted wherever I got it from to be able to get it to the location for me. So I didn't have to do that. So, I might have paid a little bit more than I would have if I would have bought a used machine or something like that. Again, like I said, off Facebook Marketplace. But I think the extra money for a nicely brand new looking refurbished machine, all ready to go, everything 100% working, delivered to my location for a little bit more money was totally worth it. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think I made the right choice? Do you think having them take care of everything for me was worth it? Because at this point, time is money. And, I've got a regular job, so I couldn't just go during, the regular day and go pick up a vending machine and take it to this location and set it up. Luckily, we were able to fill it up here on my lunch break, but I think I made a good choice going with this company. Again, that was Automated Services International. If you want to check them out, again, it's the website is asintl.us. Talk to Francesca if you want to get a machine. They were super efficient, great communication. The machine spent a couple days in quality assurance to make sure that everything was working properly, everything was set up right, and they even drilled the holes for the credit card reader for me. So I didn't have to do anything like that. Then they packaged it up, shipped it right to the location. It literally, now of course, they're in North Carolina. I'm in South Carolina, so it only took a few days, but it went to the location in just a few days and it was ready to go. It was a seamless, painless, excellent transaction, and I would totally recommend the company, again, Automated Services International out of North Carolina. They were really cool. So there we go. That's how much we spent on the machine. Now the total amount that we spent to fill up the machine, now we broke down the cost of the per bottle cost, things like that. But the total cost it took to fill up all those drinks inside this machine was $139.17, which actually surprised me because typically I feel like I spend more than that when I first set up a machine. And maybe because this was drinks only and I got, some pretty good prices on those drinks, only $139 to fill up this machine. Now, again, I didn't fill it completely up to the top. The columns will hold generally 28 bottles, and the majority of them I did 24. So there was a little bit of wiggle room there. You could spend a little bit more money and fill them completely up to the top. But again, I'm not expecting super quick turnaround at this location. So I felt 24, like 16, 18, or 24 was fine to get the machine started. So obviously I'll monitor everything in the Nayax app and see how it goes. And we'll see how it goes. But anyway, so I ran out of time, so I wasn't able to install the Nayax credit card reader on this trip. We're going to be back. In fact, it's already done. I've already filmed installing the Nayax reader on this machine. So watch for that coming up soon. We're going to get this machine locked up, and that's a wrap, guys. So again, thanks so much for supporting the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Join us tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, for our weekly vending business discussion live stream over on the Howard Hospitality Group's YouTube channel. And that's going to do it for us today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. This is Matt with Galaxy Games 843. We'll see you next time.